a luxurious, dimly lit restaurant buzzing with the murmurs of the city's elite. Chandeliers cast a golden glow over white tablecloth settings. Soft jazz music plays in the background, heightening the sense of exclusivity. At a candlelit table, Jason Carter, 35, charismatic, wealthy entrepreneur, pulls out a chair for Lana, 27, stunning, poised, his new girlfriend. He's confident, enjoying his lavish lifestyle, seemingly moving on from the past. Lana laughs at something Jason said, her hand resting gently on his arm. Jason smirks, proud of himself. The waiter approaches. "Waiter, good evening, sir." "Ma'am, may I take your order?" Jason barely acknowledges the waiter, his eyes focused on Lana, pouring her wine. Laughter, soft touches. Everything seems perfect. As Jason flips open the menu, he notices a familiar movement across the room. A figure carrying a tray, weaving between tables with practiced ease. Something in the gracefulness of the motion tugs at him. Across the room, Emily, 30, once radiant, now tired but determined, emerges from the kitchen carrying a tray. Her uniform is slightly loose, but her 7 months pregnant belly is still visible. She walks gracefully despite exhaustion weighing her down. Jason's mind short-circuits. The woman moves closer, her face clear now. Emily, his ex-wife, the woman he left behind. His grip on the wine glass tightens. Time stops. Emily's eyes meet Jason's. Just for a split second, a flicker of recognition, quickly masked. Her expression remains composed, but a brief shadow of pain crosses her face. She quickly looks away and continues working, pretending not to see him. Jason's heart pounds. His jaw clenches. A storm brews inside him. "Lana, Jason, are you okay?" Jason snaps back, forcing a smile. "Jason, yeah, just thought I saw someone I knew." Lana shrugs, returning to the menu, oblivious to the war raging in Jason's mind. He steals another glance at Emily. How is she here? Why is she working? And his stomach churns. She's pregnant. 7 months. His child, flashback to 6 months ago, a lavish divorce party at Jason's mansion. Champagne pops. Friends cheer. Jason, intoxicated by victory, signs the final divorce papers. Emily, humiliated and heartbroken, stands across the room, her last words echoing. "Emily, one day, you'll see, money doesn't buy redemption." Back to present. Jason stares at Emily, guilt clawing at his chest. Emily moves to another table, placing plates down with mechanical efficiency. Jason notices the slight tremble in her hands, the way she discreetly stretches her lower back, as if in pain. She shouldn't be working in this condition. His thoughts spiral. How did she end up here? What has she been through? A strange emotion grips him, one he hasn't felt in a long time. Remorse. Jason swallows hard, suddenly feeling sick. The wine, the food, the atmosphere. Everything feels suffocating. "Lana, Jason, seriously, what's wrong?" Jason doesn't answer. He pushes his chair back abruptly. "Jason, I need some air." Before Lana can protest, Jason strides toward the exit, his pulse hammering. As he passes Emily, she doesn't look up. She keeps moving, but Jason sees the slight tightening of her lips. She knows he saw her. She knows he left. Again, Jason storms out, breath heavy. He lights a cigarette with trembling fingers, his mind racing. How did it come to this? Jason stands frozen, Emily's words ringing in his ears. The cigarette burns between his fingers, forgotten. He watches her disappear back inside, her figure swallowed by the warm glow of the restaurant. He exhales sharply, tossing the cigarette away before running a hand through his hair. Jason, damn it. He turns back toward the entrance but hesitates. What could he possibly say? That he's sorry? That he didn't realize how much he'd hurt her? That he's just now beginning to understand the depth of his mistake? None of it would change the past. Jason steps back inside. The laughter, the clinking glasses, the soft music, it all feels distant now. His eyes scan the room, finding Emily balancing a tray, weaving between tables with the quiet dignity of someone who refuses to crumble. He starts toward her but stops as a customer snaps his fingers at Emily. Customer, Miss, I've been waiting forever. Can you move a little faster? Emily stiffens. Her fingers tighten around the tray, but she nods, setting the plates down without a word. Jason's jaw clenches. The sight of her, pregnant, exhausted, enduring, hits him in a way he never expected. A memory flickers in his mind. Emily in their penthouse, laughing as she painted the nursery. Her dreams of their future together. How easily he had thrown it all away. Lana's voice jolts him back. Lana, Jason, what are you doing? He turns to see Lana watching him, confusion and irritation in her eyes. She's holding her purse, coat draped over one arm. Jason, I need to do something. Lana, do what? You're acting weird. He looks at her, really looks at her. Beautiful, sophisticated, everything he thought he wanted. But in this moment, all of it feels hollow. His gaze shifts back to Emily, struggling under the weight of a job she shouldn't have to do. Jason, I'm sorry, Lana. I have to go. Before she can protest, he moves toward Emily. He catches up to her near the kitchen doors. Jason, Emily, she sighs, closing her eyes briefly before turning to him. Emily, what now, Jason? I have work to do. Jason, come with me. She blinks. A bitter laugh escapes her. Emily, excuse me? Jason, you don't have to do this. I can fix things. Emily, fix things? You think this is something you can just throw money at and make go away. Jason, I was an idiot. I know that now. Just let me help. Her eyes flicker with something, anger, exhaustion, maybe even longing, but she shakes her head. Emily, you walked away, Jason, and I learned to survive without you. You don't get to swoop in now and act like a hero. Jason, Emily, please. I need to know. Her eyes flash. Emily, what? If the baby is yours, would it change anything? Would it undo the nights I cry myself to sleep? Would it erase the months of struggling to keep my head above water? Jason stands there, speechless. For the first time, he has no clever response, no smooth apology. Just regret. Deep, suffocating regret. A manager approaches. Manager, Emily, is there a problem? Emily straightens, composing herself. Emily, no problem. I was just leaving. Jason watches as she hands over her apron and walks past him, out of the restaurant. He hesitates only a second before following her. XT, City Street, night. Jason catches up to her as she reaches the bus stop. The streets are mostly quiet, the city lights casting long shadows. Jason, let me take you home. Emily, Jason, please. She studies him for a long moment before sighing and nodding. He opens the car door for her, and for the first time in months, they sit side by side in silence. The drive is quiet, filled only with unspoken words and a tension neither of them know how to break. The car hums steadily through the dark streets. Jason's eyes flicker occasionally toward Emily, but she keeps her gaze fixed out the window, her expression unreadable. The silence between them is heavy, suffocating even. He wants to speak, to bridge the chasm between them, but he doesn't know how. "I never wanted to hurt you, Emily," Jason says quietly. Emily's eyes stay on the passing lights, the reflection of her tired face blending with the streetlights outside. "You didn't care enough to stop it from happening. You hurt me by walking away," she responds coldly. Jason flinches, the words stinging him more than he expected. He remains silent for a long time, trying to reconcile his feelings with the damage he's done. They arrive at his luxury apartment building. Jason pulls up to the front, but Emily doesn't make a move to get out. Jason hesitates before speaking again. "Can we talk tomorrow? I just need to fix this. I can't keep living like this." Emily looks at him, her tired eyes searching his face, searching for sincerity. "Fix it? Huh? What are you going to do, Jason? Throw money at it like you always do." Jason opens his mouth to respond but pauses, realizing she's right. Money can't fix what's broken between them. "I don't know, but I have to try. I owe you that much." Emily's face softens just slightly, but the walls she's built over the months remain solid. "Don't promise things you can't keep." She grabs her purse and opens the door, stepping out into the cold night air. Jason follows her out, standing in the shadows of the apartment building, watching her go. He wants to reach out, but he knows it's not that simple. Later, back in his apartment, Jason stands alone, staring out over the city skyline. The lavish life he's built feels hollow now. His thoughts are consumed with Emily, the woman he left behind, the woman carrying their child. His reflection in the glass stares back at him, a man at war with himself. Suddenly, his phone buzzes. It's a text from Lana. "Where did you go? You just left. We need to talk." Jason stares at the message for a moment before typing a reply. "I'm sorry. I'm not ready to talk. Not yet." He sets the phone down on the table, his gaze returning to the city lights below. A storm brews inside him, but this time, it's not the rush of success he used to chase. It's the weight of the choices he's made, the regrets that won't fade.